Welcome back to the channel. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get to it. As you can see, I've got my hand in front of me here. And right there's a small scar on when I had a NFC implant done. I've had it about 5 years now. In front of me here you can see a small diagram of my hand. And right here is where the NFC implant goes. Now to actually get it into your hand, what they use basically is just a large syringe with the implant inside. It's no bigger really than a grain of rice. It's fairly painless and you can barely notice it once it's in there. Because it's such a small incision there's no stitches required. So it's quite a painless procedure. What they tend to do is just put a small plaster or bandage over the top just so it doesn't open up. Now once it's in there, it takes a few weeks to fully heal, just so that this closes back up. And then you have an NFC implant ready to go. It cost me about £70 when I had it done. Obviously the prices have probably changed since then. Moving on to how it works. Basically inside the implant there is a small chip with an aerial that wraps around quite a few times, so it's rather small. Then what I personally use is my phone to read it, but many other things will read it in the same way as this. And your phone will have another set of antennas, and by creating an electromagnetic field it can read the information off the chip and back to your phone. So what that will do, that will create a field, get over to this one, that will read back what's on there, send that back to the phone, and of course you can send information to the phone as well. But that's just the basics of how it works. So I've got my hand here, so if I bring in my phone, find the chip, and I've got this set up to bring up my Facebook page at the moment, but that can be written to bring up anything, like emergency contact information, phone numbers, web pages. You could even set it up to unlock doors and so on. So the app I use for this, and the one I'd recommend, is NFC Tools. It's very useful, very handy. And there we go, just scan my tag there, and I have an NXP MyFair Ultralight N-Tag 216. So that's an ultralight tag, and with this app it lets you write to the tag and read what's on it. So there's just some information. So to write there you can add text, a link, you could search something, social profiles, open an application, send a text, your location, emergency things, or vital information. So after 5 years of having this, you can barely notice it. It's not got in the way of my everyday life. And if we really pull it there, you can just about see it bulging up under the skin. Would I recommend getting one? Probably not. It's kind of pointless unless you have an intended purpose for it. Because other than that, I'd say it's just not really worth it, and I'd save up for something else. That's all for now. Hope you like and subscribe.